Hello, in this video I will tell you how to connect a router and how to configure it. All routers are set up and connected pretty much the same way. Well, the most important thing is to naturally connect the router to the 220 volt network. That is, we insert one end of the power supply into the router and the power supply unit itself into the 220 volts outlet. That means the power lit up right away here. If it didn't light up, there is an on-off button right here. Then you need to wait about half a minute or a minute so that it boots up. Its software loads, and while it's loading, I can tell you. There's definitely this on the back of any router. Such a sign. What it means and what we need to take here. The most important is this SSID and K. These two parameters will be necessary for us. SSID is the network it creates. The default router, that is when it's in reset mode. Either it's new and also a key, meaning it's the password needed to access it through a computer. Well, I hope the software has loaded by now. What do we do next? Note that the cable from our internet provider should go into this socket. It says here AM or in German for you. That means into this socket we insert our cable from the provider. So after the software is loaded onto our router, we proceed with its setup. First, let's connect the computer to our Wi-Fi network created by the router. So here we press the Wi-Fi settings. We are locating our network. Here it is. TP-Link 576. In my case I have it. I can see it on the back of the router too. Click on it with the mouse. To connect, I'm asked for the network security key, and it's very simple. I enter it from here. In my case it's 4.6874.252. I press the next button and we say yes. Notice that, as I'm saying, limited but connected appeared near our network, that is. That's good. It means we've already connected to our router. Now pay attention, there are some other parameters on the back side that we will need. Specifically, IP, username and password. IP we enter in the address bar of our computer's browser right here. That is, enter the same as here, 192.168.0.1. So, we enter in the address bar of our browser. By the way, this can be any browser. Enter the numbers we saw on the back of the router, 192.168.0. Press the enter key. Now it is connecting to the router. The router is asking for a username and password. Again, we look on the back of our router for the access username and password. Well, usually it's the admin. What's mame in English? The password is the same. Admin. Press the enter key. And we get into the router settings. After we connected to our router using our admin login and admin password, We enter the menu Quick Setup. We select, we press Next. Here, our router is asking us what we're connecting to the internet through. In this case, and most likely, the situation will be the same for you. We connect via WAN only. What does that mean? What do you mean? Via the cable coming from the provider, we press Next. Next. Several options to choose from, depending on your provider. You might have been given a contract. Look carefully at the settings. Some providers see what options there are, like PPO, or dynamic opiates, static ones, the layer 2 tunneling protocol, point-to-point tunneling protocol. In short, check this in your settings. We press the next button. Here you should answer no. There's no need to schedule a MAC address. And the next window gives us the opportunity to change our Wi-Fi access password. Now, why is this needed? Yes, just to make it easier to remember. That is, it can't be, you can always tell someone my password is so-and-so. We don't know. Your favorite word there, favorite numbers. Maybe it's just all those niches there, I don't know. Usually, this means there should be 8 characters, for example. I will survive AKIT1's password PSK. We press next. There you go. The system says, congratulations, you are now connected to the internet. For more detailed settings, you can click other menu items. We click the finish button. Right now, the router settings are being updated. Even if your window doesn't refresh in reality, this doesn't mean that is the router not working or didn't accept your command. That is, this simply requires some. In this case, our system indicates that we are not connected to the router, simply because we changed the access password. To get back on our router and generally, in principle, to the internet, we need to again go into the internet access settings. So forget our TP-Link network and reconnect to it. Enter the security key of our unit, in my case 8. Press the next button, turn on yes. That is, in theory, it should now connect to our Wi-Fi. With our settings, with our new password. Yes, everything is connected. That is, we are reconnected to the router. And also,
you can enjoy the internet.
Thank you for your attention.